Blog Talk Radio.
Writing your book is the easy part. Promoting your book so readers can find and purchase it is the hard part. Welcome to the Author Chat Show, hosted by author-publisher Lynda D. Brown. Follow us at www.facebook.com/authorchat. And to contact the show to promote your book, contact me at theauthorchatshow@gmail.com. Stay tuned and listen to today's show.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Saturday edition of the Author Chat Show. I'm your host, Lynda D. Brown. My guest today is author Loretta Green-Warren. Loretta is going to be chatting with me about her new book, Chyna's Secret Place Adventure. It is a children's book, so for all you mothers and grandmothers, this is definitely a show that you want to listen to. We'll be right back to chat with Loretta after a word from today's sponsor.
Prime Star Publicity and Public Relations is a full-service firm ready to fill the needs of their clients. Owner Helen Cook has more than 32 years of publicity, public relations, advertising, and marketing experience, and she focuses her professional talents on working with her clients' strengths to create customized, strategic campaigns, whether their needs are great or small. Radio, TV, print, internet, publicity, marketing, creating a social media presence, branding, client positioning, author tours, speaking events. These are just some of the services Prime Star provides for their clients. For a complete list of services and other information about the company, please visit our website, www.primestarpublicity.com, or email Helen at helen.cook@primestarpublicity.com, or phone 903-654-0938. Prime Star's home office is located in the Houston, Texas area.
All right, welcome back to the show. For those of you just tuning in, my guest today is author Loretta Green-Warren. This is Loretta's first appearance on the Author Chat Show, and she's going to be chatting with me about her new children's book, Chyna's Secret Place Adventure. Loretta, welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you. I'm so honored to be on your show today.
Well, it's a pleasure to have you on here. Loretta, you are a very, very busy woman, along with being a published author. You're also a host of your own online radio talk show, The Inspiration by Loretta. Tell us a little bit more about yourself for those of us that might not be familiar with you.
Okay, like you said, I'm Loretta Green-Warren. I'm an author, poet. I am a producer and host of my own radio and TV shows. I'm most importantly a mother of 5 and a wife, and just all around ordinary person. And my mission in life is to motivate, inspire, and empower women and girls to know their worth.
Wonderful, wonderful. You would fit right in with my women's group here in St. Louis, Missouri. We just had a meeting this past week, and that is truly our mission as well. Not that we have anything against men and boys, but we see a need with a lot of the young girls and the women that are out here. And unfortunately, I don't have the Bible verse, but it actually states in the Bible that it is our job as older women to help raise up the next generation of women. And that is definitely something that we enjoy doing, and I'm sure your organization as well. Tell us a little bit, before we get started talking about the book, your Respect, Girls Empowerment Group. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, yeah, I have started Respect, Girls Empowerment Group, and the group was started because I noticed that there was a lack and a need in my community. I'm a mother of 2 teenage daughters as well, so I was privileged enough to be around a lot of girls, and I noticed that they didn't understand what self-respect was, and they didn't respect themselves. They didn't respect others in the way that they should, and I got a word from God, and I don't know how, everybody doesn't understand that sometimes, but when he spoke to me, he said my mission was to empower women and girls to know their worth, but alongside of that, girls really needed something extra. And that's where our Respect Girls Empowerment group came into place, because I needed to show these girls and to teach these girls and to get women and mothers together to mentor to these girls so they'll understand their worth, so they can develop into productive women and pay it forward to the next generation after them.
Absolutely, absolutely. And actually, that verse. Likewise, teach the older women to be to urge the younger women to be faithful, to be good women, to revere their husbands. That's actually Titus 2, verse 3 through 6. So Loretta, it pains me when I see older women, probably our age and older, that see these young girls, and instead of reaching out to them, I see this envy and jealousy, and I think a lot of it is because they consider themselves past their youth, so to speak. And this is a whole new generation, but that's not what we've been called to do. We've been called to help raise up that generation. And I'm, you guys know me on my show. God is going to hold us accountable for that if we don't, because it's right here in His Word. So I commend you for what you're doing with your Respect Girls Empowerment Group. So, again, kudos on that. And anytime you want to come on the show and talk about that, let me know. We definitely want to get you on here to do that.
Awesome. I'd love to.
Great. Now tell us about the book. This is the cutest little book, Chyna's Secret Place Adventure. What inspired you to write the children's book about Chyna?
Well, Chyna's Secret Place Adventure came about, it was inspired by me. One day I was just sitting in my dining room and kitchen area, and I noticed that my daughter, who was at the time about 2 or 3, she was playing in the kitchen, and she was playing inside the cupboard. She took all of the canned goods out, and she got inside, closed the door, and all you can hear her having this conversation, and I mean, she was having the time of her life, and that just sparked something in my imagination, and I went out on my back step, and I started writing, and the Chyna's Secret Place Adventure, it just came out, it was like divine intervention, like a light turned on. So my daughter actually inspired the story, and I thought it was going to be a poem at first. As you know, when you read the story, there's a lot of rhyming in the story. I thought it was going to be a poem because poetry is my first love, and I was writing stories, but not children's stories.
Right.
So I kind of surprised myself with this one because I had no intentions of being a children's author, but whatever God calls us to do, it's going to come out of us one way or the other, and you'll be amazed. And I tell people all the time, never take for granted where your inspiration can come from because you never know where it'll take you in your life. So that the simplest little thing can spark something great inside you. So always be attentive to your surroundings and those little moments in your life that happen, cherish them because you just never know where they'll lead you.
Absolutely. And I know it's truly delighted you to see your daughter actually lose herself into her imagination. That's something that it really hurts me that because I know growing up I had an extremely imaginative mind. And I used to get in trouble all the time, and I'm sure because every author that comes on the show when we discuss this, they pretty much have the same issue. I found myself daydreaming, especially in class, and I would go to places so far. And unfortunately, for some reason, we don't encourage our children to daydream and to use their imagination, and that's really sad to me. It's like a lost art.
Right. Well, with me watching my daughter use her imagination, it got me started on a campaign to get kids excited about reading by using the power of their imagination, because your imagination can take you so many different places. You never have to leave the comfort of your home, and that's the best part about it. You can be anything, you can go anywhere, you can accomplish whatever your imagination allows you to. You just have to tap into that power that you have inside of you, which is your imagination. And I remember being a small child myself, and I used to love doing these stories while playing with the plate, the fork, and the spoon, because the plate would be the ship, and the fork and the spoon would be my two characters. So every time I washed dishes, it would take me longer because I have this whole scene going on in the kitchen, and nobody else knows what's going on, but I'm enjoying myself washing dishes because I'm creating a story just using the plate and the fork and the spoon.
That is just awesome, and sounds like a book, Loretta. There you go for another title, right? Young girl in there having to do the dishes, and all of a sudden the dishes turn into a whole fantasy land. That's an awesome book. Yes. Now tell us about Chyna. Tell us about her book, her story in your book, Chyna's Secret Place Adventure.
Okay, so Chyna is a little girl with a very vivid and active imagination. She loves to go on these grand adventures along with her favorite doll, Miss Penny. They go on these adventures, and she learns a lot from these adventures. It's like she learns how to be a friend. She learns how to help people. She gets courage, because it takes courage to go on these adventures, and she learns how to conquer her fears. And so she's not only is she having an adventure, but she's also learning a lot of skills that she's going to need to use later on in life. She's kind of like developing herself into the woman that she will become one day by taking these adventures. So, and I love that about Chyna. And the best part about it is that with me being the author, I really don't know what's going to come next until Chyna speaks to me and says, okay, now here we go again. Here's the next adventure, or, here's what I'm going to do next, or I'm going to try this, or I'm going to do that. So it's a very exciting story. It's a lot of fun to read. I've read it, I read it to my daughter. Well, she reads it herself now. She's 7, so she's avid reader, so she reads it herself, and I've tested it on other kids and read it to them. I actually have toured the schools in my area and read and shared the book with the kids, and they love the story. They love it. We interact. I actually made a puppet myself to go along with the story. I made a Chyna puppet, and I usually take it to the schools with me, and it's so much fun getting inside of the story because I really get involved in the story with the kids, and it's so much fun. It's so exciting. And me being an adult is ridiculous how much fun I have with the story.
Absolutely. But again, it just taps into our imagination that we had as children, and now to be able to share it with the world, you can't ask for anything better than that, Loretta. Right. So, again, kudos for tapping into your inner child and sharing the story with us. I love the cover. You have a wonderful cover, and you actually have Chyna. It looks like she's been lifted away by an angel. Who did your illustrations for your book?
I published the book through a company called Tate Publishing Company, and I just used one of their illustrators, one of the illustrators from that company. Okay. And his name was Joshua. And I don't want to get it wrong. Let me look at it. And I always get asked this question, and I always have to look at it to remember the illustrator. Yeah, but his name was Jay-Z Sagario, but he's an illustrator with Tate Publishing Company. Because I don't draw, so I can only draw 6 people, so I do the writing. I have to depend on someone else for the illustration.
Exactly. Well, wonderful job. And so with the angel being on the book, now tell me who your target audience is for this book.
Is the target audience are children between the ages of 4 and about 12. It's not so much, I know when people see the angel on the cover, it's not so much a Christian story, but it's more of a story of imagination. The angel Andromeda. She just happens to be an angel in the story, but it's, a lot of people get kind of confused seeing the angel on the front, and I have to go into the long explanation of, well, it's not, because I actually had this experience, and I'm going to share this right quick. I actually had an experience where I went to a school to present the book, to read to a class, and the teacher was like, well, I don't want parents to get offended, with the angel being on the cover. Like, well, it's not a Christian per se book. It's a children's story that just happens to have an angel on the cover. But I understood completely. But it doesn't, those are some of the things that you have to deal with anything. So I just want to make that clear. I am a Christian. I'm talking about I love the Lord. My story has an angel in it, but it's not a Christian. I don't talk about religion or anything inside the book. It's just a story of an adventure, a little girl going on an adventure, conquering her fears, helping to save a friend, and becoming a hero in the end.
Isn't it so sad that we have to justify being a Christian and not offending people about how wonderful our Lord is? That not where? Oh my goodness!
It's ridiculous.
Where we are.
It's ridiculous, but
it really is.
It is ridiculous, but I would be the first to say I love the Lord. I am a Christian. My book might not be a Christian book, but I am a Christian, so I will never, deny that. But I love the angel on the cover. I think it speaks volume. What child doesn't want to have an adventure with an angel by her side? So. Exactly.
And also, your character is African American, as we can see on the cover. Is that also an issue that you had to address as you go and present your books to children's groups and schools?
It's not been as much of an issue as the angel being on there. My daughter's school is a predominantly white school. I've read at her school more than once. I've gone to other schools in the areas, which some of them are predominantly white schools, and I haven't had any issue with, I haven't heard no one has said anything to me in reference to it being an African American child on the cover of the book. The kids actually love it. Children don't think about stuff like that.
Exactly.
It's the parents who teach that stuff to them. When it comes to purchasing the books, and when I go to events and stuff, book signings, and I have no problem really with any culture, being interested in, when they see the book, they see the cover, the kids, oh, I want that, Mom, I want that, and they buy it without a problem.
Exactly.
So that's not been an issue. In some cases, it is. We know what kind of society we're living in, and And, to be honest with you, when I wrote the book, when I was working on the designs for the book and the cover, I know that my Chyna, my daughter, her name is actually Chyna, inspired the book. And I did not want to take away from her because she's an African-American and she knows that, I inspired my mom's book. If I put a little white girl on the cover, she's going to be like, who's that? I thought I inspired your book. So I had to stick to, what the book is actually about. It's about an African-American child who has a very vivid imagination. I'm an African-American child, or was once, and if I can write it, why can't I portray it on my book?
Absolutely. I had this same experience 2 years ago when my grandson turned 5. He loves to read, avid reader, just like his grandma, and he's biracial. So I was looking for books that had characters that look like him because I think that that's something that empowers us. I grew up in the 60s, and let's be real, I stayed in the library, did not have librarians that looked like me. There weren't a lot of books that showed that had characters that looked like me. So I thought it was very important that I had a book that had characters that looked like him. Well, Loretta didn't find that many. So like you, I went from being an adult author to a children's author. And my book, Damien's New Bike, and it just basically shows him with his little new bike, but it addressed issues about selfishness and how to be a blessing to others, where we also talk about the Christian thing, but where it's not like really in your face. Again,
Right.
which is sad because, we both love the Lord. But like you said, we know that in order to reach an audience, sometimes you have to do things in a different way so that people
Mhm.
will get drawn into the book and then go, oh, by the way.
Right.
So
I
I
understand
commend you.
completely.
Right. I commend you for doing that. Another thing that I love about your book is that you also made it available in the audio book. Tell us how that came about.
With the publishing in the publishing company that I use, they actually offer it, and I want to make my book available in every form. I don't want anybody to be left out or have any reason why they can't experience Chyna's Secret Place Adventure. So when they let me know that they offer that, I was like, yes, let's do it. I want
Right.
every child to have an opportunity to know about and experience the power of their imagination. So that was a great experience. It wasn't difficult because they made it very, very easy. I didn't have to do a whole lot. I just had to accept this and not accept that, and let them know exactly what I want, how I wanted it, and it was done from there.
Excellent, excellent. And again, I was just having the conversation with the young ladies in my women's group, and I was telling them that we have to meet these children where they are. And like
Right.
you said, I can't tell you how many kids that would come into the library that I worked at with their Kindles or their iPads, and they're listening to audiobooks. They're downloading children's books. So you definitely did the right thing by making it available in all the different types of formats. So I commend you on that. Absolutely. Now, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back to continue our chat with Loretta Green-Warren about her book, Chyna's Secret Place Adventure. So hold on. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
PrimeStar Publicity and Public Relations is a full-service firm ready to fill the needs of their clients. Owner Helen Cook has more than 32 years of publicity, public relations, advertising, and marketing experience, and she focuses her professional talents on working with her clients' strengths to create customized, strategic campaigns, whether their needs are great or small. Radio, TV, print, internet, publicity, marketing, creating a social media presence, branding, client positioning, author tours, speaking events. These are just some of the services PrimeStar provides for their clients. For a complete list of services and other information about the company, please visit our website, www.primestarpublicity.com, or email Helen at helen.cook@primestarpublicity.com, or phone 903-654-0938. PrimeStar's home office is located in the Houston, Texas area.
All right, welcome back to the show. We are chatting with author Loretta Green-Warren about her book, Chyna's Secret Place Adventure. Now, Miss Loretta's book, again, great book. It's also available in the paperback format. And do you also have it in Kindle?
Yes, it is.
Okay, and Kindle and also the audiobook. Now,
Right.
I allow each and every one of my authors to share with us about other books that they have out here. And I see that you have a book that was published in 2010, Counting, Rhyming, and Body Parts. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, Counting, Rhyming, and Body Parts is the first children's book that I published. It's a preschooler beginning reader book. It's a fun little book. It teaches kids about how to count, helps them to learn their body parts and rhyme schemes. So it's a great starter book. It has big, bright, bold illustrations. The kids are fascinated with the pictures. And when I read that one to the kids at the school, they actually, one time the kids made a song about it. They were singing the rhyme, and it was the most adorable thing. And I was so upset I didn't have my video camera so I could record it. But it was hilarious. And this was an older group of kids. It wasn't the preschoolers. It was like second and third graders that was reading this book. So it's a fun book. It's very easy to read. It's really good when you're reading it with your child, and you get to ask them, well, show me where your knee is, or show me where you're showing your fingers, or count to 5 for them, count to 10, and the illustrations in the book go right along with it, and it's a lot of fun. So that book is available in paperback, and let's see, is ebook also. So that one's, but it's not. Okay, that one's not an audio, just paperback in ebook form.
Wonderful. It's wonderful.
It's available on Amazon or on my website, which is inspirationbyloretta.com.
Okay, great. Awesome. Again, great illustrations, and I think that's so important. That's one of the things that we discussed here on the Author Chat Show, how important it is that you have a book cover, because we fail to realize as authors, as we write our books, that it's also our responsibility to market those books so that we can get that book into the hands of others. So, and I tell people that your competition is actually all the other books out there. So it's extremely important that you have a great cover on your book, and you have definitely met that criteria. Again, kudos to you about your book and also what you're doing. And you have some more titles. Would you like to share? I think you have something called Strip Me Naked, See Into My Soul. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Strip Me Naked, See Into My Soul is a poetry book. It's my third poetry book, and that one I self-published through Amazon Create Space. And it's just, and don't let the title scare you, people. It's not about nudity. But the book is about really getting down to who you really are as a person, stripping away all those layers of things and that we fill ourselves with, and thoughts and ideas about ourselves, stripping all that away and seeing you bare and naked as you are, who you are, and appreciating yourself once you get to that point. So there's a lot of poems in there. It's an inspirational book, because all of the poems in there will inspire you, it will encourage you. You just might find yourself within the pages of the book, or there's something in there for someone that you love, that they're going through something. It might be a poem in there that will speak exactly to their situation or to their life. And, every point starts out telling a story, and in the end it gives you a solution. And with most of it, and with anything in life, if we want help with any situation and we want resolve with it, we got to go to God. We got to trust Him. We got to depend on Him, because the Bible teaches us, seek ye the kingdom of God, and all else shall be added unto you, or look towards the hill from which cometh your help. And everything that I do is around that. I want to inspire and empower people to know their worth. But in order for you to know your worth, you got to know who you are. And the best way to know who you are is to go to the one who created you. Develop a relationship with Him, and allow Him to abide in you, and you abide in Him. And you don't have to worry about the things of this world, because we are, spiritual beings having a fleshly experience. And we can't be moved by the things that we see in this world. So value yourself, appreciate yourself, know who you are, and walk in your purpose. And that's kind of what I was trying to display in that book. And, we always have to be the first partaker of our word. So a lot of the poems in that book have ministered to me, have inspired me, and have helped me through situations. So, if you get a chance, you need to pick it up, grab a copy. It's in ebook form, and it's in paperback. And also, I have to share, because I'm so proud that my daughter actually did the cover for that book. So she did the artwork for that book. So I'm very proud of that.
Wonderful.
And I didn't want it to look all professional looking, and because we're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Nothing is perfect. I wanted people to see me as I am. I'm just Loretta. I'm just a woman out here who's trying to do what God has called me to do. And I'm not trying to be perfect with it, because I'll never be perfect, but I'm doing the best that I can. So when you look at the book and you look at the cover and the inside the book and everything, just know that it's okay to be you. And it's okay to do what you do, and you don't have to be the best at it. You just have to believe in it and keep it.
Absolutely. And trust Him. Absolutely. We are down to our last 20 seconds. Miss Loretta, I know that you live in the South Carolina area. Or do you have any book signings or events where our online listening audience can reach you, or a website or email address where they can contact you?
Right. You can contact me anytime. And my email is, or you can visit my website anytime. You find out everything that I do is inspirationbyloretta.com. You can email me at you can email me at inspirationbyloretta@gmail.com, or you can give me a call at 843-779-2266. And I also need to mention right quick, the second book in the series, Chyna's Adventure with Pleasant Pete, will be released in August 11th, and I'll be having a book signing right here in Charleston at Bigsby Coffee on August 29th from 1 to 3 p.m.
Would you do me a favor and go to my Author Chat Facebook page? This page is set up for authors. Please feel free to leave the information about your website, your book signing that's coming up. If you have the cover for the new book, feel free to upload that as well. I created that to give our authors a voice and a place to market and promote their book.
Okay, awesome. I will do that.
All right, great. Well, thank you so much for, believe it or not, our time is up. Thank you for coming on the show and sharing your book with us. Again, it's just so delightful to see this wonderful book. I hope those of you that are listening to the show will go right on Amazon or to your local bookstore or online bookstore, because is it also available at Barnes & Noble? I'm sure it is.
Yeah, you can order it. You can go inside and order it from any one of the bookstores or any place that bookstores.
Absolutely. Okay, great. Again, the book, and actually I have the price on Amazon. The audio book is $3.95, and you can actually listen to that on your Kindle, and the paperback is $8.99. And again, the title of the book is Chyna's Secret Place Adventure. The author is Loretta Green-Warren. So again, Loretta, thank you so much for coming on the show and sharing this information about this awesome book. We wish you the best, and we'll be looking forward to having you back on to chat with us about the sequel to Chyna's book. And again, you said that's going to be Chyna's Adventure with Pleasant Pete, and that's going to be released sometime this summer. So great, and we'll love to have you come back on the show, okay?
Sounds great. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks so much for coming on. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Bye-bye.
You do the same. Bye-bye.
All right, again, so that was author Loretta Green-Warren, and the title of her book is Chyna's Secret Place Adventure. It is by far just the cutest little thing. I encourage you to go on Amazon.com and just look at the cover. And again, if you think that this is going to be something that appeals to your children or your grandchildren, feel free to go ahead and either get the audio book or go ahead and download the paperback book. Now, what I used to recommend, especially around the Christmas time, I actually had a package, and I hope Loretta gets a chance to offer this as well. Get the actual paperback book and then purchase the audio book, because if you do it on Amazon, you actually get a discount with the audio book. I think it's $1.99. Not sure if, since you went through a publishing company, I know that I can do that with my book. And then that way your children can actually read the book and actually have the book let's see, how do I want to say it? They can flip the book over, look at the pictures, and the book will actually read it to them while they're looking at the book. It's just a great way to get your book out there in not only paperback form, but also in the audio book. Well, thank you so much for joining us today on the Author Chat Show. We'll be right back here tomorrow. My guest tomorrow on the Sunday edition of the Author Chat Show will be author Mary Ellen Signovich, and her book is called Healing Words. Looking forward to chatting with her about her book. And if you are an author, and if you're looking to promote your book and get your books into the hands of readers, contact me so that we can get you on the show. You can drop me an email at theauthorchatshow@gmail.com, or you can go onto our Author Chat Facebook fan page, which is www.facebook.com/authorchat, and post your information on there. You don't even have to be a guest to use that Author Chat Facebook page to actually promote your book, okay? So thank you for joining us today, and we'll catch you right back here tomorrow at 4 o'clock on the Author Chat Show. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Goodbye.